evening, everyone. It is Thursday night, and it's our last stream of the week. Actually, it's no weekend stream this week because it's my oldest son's 12th birthday, and we're going away. So welcome everyone, I'm Adwin84 and I am a football manager streamer. We are now at Hertha Berlin, so we were planning loosely to stay with Rangers. I say loosely, I was very much adamant I was staying with Rangers because I had unfinished business. But the draw of Hertha proved too much. A £65 million transfer budget, a wage budget of 1.6 million, I think it was. Whatever it was much higher than I was being given at Rangers. And, well, I couldn't turn it down. So we did move to Hertha Berlin. We are we're only in July. And we have quite a rebuild to do. We turned up to a squad that was only 18 men big. And missing some key areas really. So we've got almost the entire new defence to buy. We've certainly got some strengthening to do up front as well, and it wouldn't be any harm to have another midfielder or two. So lots to do. We have also got to think about squad registration rules, so we might not be able to do it all. But we're in for a busy one. So here we are, 10th of July, so plenty of time left. We have a fairly small squad. I have promoted a few youngsters from the B team, from the second team, because we need bodies fairly immediately. But we do have a lot of promising youngsters. Our dev centre is chock full of players who one day could, well, and some of them fairly soon, could be first team options for us. Some of the ones we brought up most in the last stream were Mentor Lugaliu, who is a right winger, left-footed right winger, which is exactly the right foot to be if you're a right winger, with bags of pace, and at 18 years old has lots of potential to grow. We've also got Ralph Dorr, who we're retraining to be a left winger because he's right-footed, and again has great attribute for a 17-year-old. Excellent potential value, so we're going to try to introduce him into the squad this season. I think he is pretty much good enough to have a starting role fairly early on. At the age of 17, we're going to try not to overuse him too much, but he has he's definitely got a good future ahead of him. And then we've got Masit Bozkurt, who is a right back who, again, has potential. At 17, he's not quite as advanced as some of the other 17-year-olds we've seen in the squad, but he, again, has huge potential. We will be looking to give him some game time over the season to try to prepare him. But having said that, he's not ready to be our first choice right back. We are looking for at least one right back. At centre back, we've got Akani Disasi and Hinkarpie, who is probably going to Porto. They met his minimum release clause, and so he's probably on his way out. And Salvatore Cristiano, who is, in my opinion, better suited to being a central midfielder. And then on top of that, we've got Ezra van den Ham, who is a decent option as well. So we heard is Rhys Davis and Kevin Okerle will be my two centre-backs. I may look to bring in another one, depending on how much money is available to us by the end of the transfer window. But my main priority for the defence is right back. I need at least one, possibly two. Defensive midfielder, we have got Stuart Serdar, we've got Ayman Curry and Yangel Herrera, who can all do jobs there, but I think we could do with strengthening there. We also have work to do in midfield. Christian the Masala, I think Stuart Serdar might be my first choice, but again, that's an area that I think we could do with strengthening. We don't really have a particularly convincing Masala option. Left wing, again, options are fairly limited, and up front we've got Solanke and Wahi, who are very much first choice. Solanke is, well, I mean, Solanke's a backup at best. So plenty for us to do, plenty of areas where we need to improve. On the way in, we potentially have Diogo Jota, who, even at the age of 33, could play a decent role As Diogo Jota, we have Mohamed Ali Cho, who PMD Adaptable told me I absolutely must sign because he's done well in one of his draft competitions before. And actually, even without that glowing endorsement, he's one that I would have struggled to say no to. And Cho's joining. Right, yes, you can go out on loan. Enjoy. There we go. So, we've got Mohamed Ali Cho for £59 million total, 47 million up front, with a big chunk of money if he scores 50 goals for us. So welcome Mohamed Ali Cho. And Gabri Vega is joining us, very much at Ashwin's insistence, so he is joining the side. Okay, and at least he has gone back to Spain, so he's not lying about being homesick. To see that he was a squad leader or team leader, but I'm not that worried. There we go. Conor Bradley has agreed to join us. £12.5 million. I mean, that's lovely. I feel like we've stolen him from Brentford there. Wonder if we try and get him on loan. He was absolutely excellent for us at Rangers. Right, let's see who we've got in this Conference League qualifier. It's advanced to us. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce those, but I feel like they're games that we should be able to win. Alright, it is scaffolding effectively, but you know, it just adds to the theatre of it all. But and I didn't realise he had a minimum release fee. Right. And you want to go because you're not happy. Right, okay. Okay, we desperately need a left back now then. Right. That's a nice find straight off the rip. Irish, plays for Arsenal. How much would you want is the real question. Okay, that's probably quite realistic. Okay, I'm getting closer to a deal. Yeah, right. Oh, hello. Well, this is why we lurk. Why would I not go for this guy? Minimum fee release clause. Let's just buy him. That would be insane not to. My goodness. Here's me looking at some Brentford reject, and this guy's sitting here all that time. Right, so Georgie Kearhane is, or if anyone is Irish, tell me how to pronounce that surname. Kearhane doesn't sound right. But we haven't actually sold Rhys Davies, so that could be a smidge premature. But actually, I mean, just look at his ability and his potential. He's a good signing regardless. Let's get him in. And there you go, look at that. Gone straight away. And now Serdar's being quiet because he's now happy because we brought in a left back, even though we've sold Davies, who was the better of the two left backs I had. The man makes no sense, but there you go. Rhys Davies is back to England with Man City, and Keeley is joining us, and what a signing that's going to be. Very excited to have that man on board. Okay, right, so fourth qualifying round draw is already being made. Lazio are in there, so at least one big team. And I think we're on the opposite side of the draw to them, aren't we? So wouldn't it just be our luck to end up with them? Shall we see? Okay, Ashdod, Slavia Prague game. I feel like, with no disrespect to those two teams, feel like we should be able to get through that. Cristiano out wide for Bradley now. Good ball across for Wahi, and that is goal number 1 of the season for Wahi. I think he was last season's first choice striker, so no stranger to scoring goals for Hertha. Cristiano now outside the Petrolol box. Bradley out on the right wing. Good ball in for Wahi again, and that's 2. Not quite a carbon copy, but the same crosser, the same header. 2-0. And, well, I mean, the Bradley's 12.5 million is starting to look like a very good investment indeed. He's created Van den Ham doing his best impression of a left back there, but just decided to spin around in circles, and Dorr has won a penalty here. Seemed like a very unnecessary challenge here from Balanica, and Wahi does get the hat-trick. He's had a few attempts now, a few bites of that cherry, and he's finally got the hat-trick, and it's 3-0 in the away leg. And, well, I'm about ready to say we are through to the 4th qualifying round. Okay. Cup time, hopefully. This should be a regulation win. That's a lovely header forward for Cho. And is that a penalty? Yep. Get one in nice and early. Can he get his first goal for us? He can indeed. So, second game for Cho. First goal, he's off the mark. And, well, let's hope this is where we see him really start to take off. We haven't yet won a top flight title though, so that's definitely on our list. We had our best chance so far in the save with Rangers, but sadly lost out to Celtic in the last few games of the season. We won 96 points and still didn't win the league. It was painful. It genuinely was, but. And Koblenz are very happy to stand off us for the most part here, but Cho's broken through. I mean, he just outpaced everyone there, and that's an easy finish for 3-0. Hildebrand across for Cho, and that's just over the bar. Can Cho make it a hat-trick in just his second game with us? That would that would be lovely. Wahi a hat-trick in the first game. If Cho can get himself a hat-trick in the second game, then I'd feel very happy about our striking options. And yes, I know these are 2 weaker teams, but you've still got to do the job, whoever you're playing against. Van den Ham still trying to do his best impression of a left back, and I don't know what that challenge was. But he gets the ball across, and Hildebrand has scored his second goal of the game. We'll get Vega off, and let's get Cristiano on. Oh, and there's a 5th goal, and I've done it again. I need to. Oh, Vega has scored a goal, so I'm going to leave him on. All right, let's cancel the changes and let's watch that goal, and then we'll go back. And I'll remember to pause this time. Vega. Carey hits it back out to Vega. Oh, and that's incredible. Just to help us see out the game. Not that we need to do too much to see it out. This has been a very, very comfortable match. Gabriel Vega out for Hildebrand, in for Cho. That's the hat-trick, and Cho's coming off next. Hat-trick for Wahi in his first game, hat-trick for Cho in the second, and excellent. Okay, what I have remembered, and I'm glad I've just realised it before we get into more difficult games, is I've not set up my set pieces yet. But good pressure up front there. And we recycle the ball out for Bradley. Cristiano. Burkholt, and that is goal number 1 on the night. Oh my, he's hit the bar again, and Burkholt gets his second of the game. And that's going to be a penalty, and I bet Burkholt takes that one. I think we've allowed this. We have. Let's see him get his hat-trick. No! Oh dear. Well, that was nearly the third hat-trick in 3 games there. A hat-trick of hat-tricks. Oh, well, I wasn't expecting that. We've conceded a goal. Well, we've been comfortably in control of this game so far. Their one goal being a bit of a freak, and that's a third, is it? Yep, that's going to count. Yeah, bit of a freak goal for them. Goalkeeper just losing concentration, I suppose. Oh, that's a shame. So we're not going to get the hat-trick of hat-tricks. Just 2 out of 3 games have had a hat-trick. What a shame. But it was, yeah, about half of what Hertha Berlin were offering in terms of wages. I just could not turn it down. I'm going to be very disappointed if we don't manage to get ourselves a win in this game. We've certainly started the better of the 2 teams, and we're going to go attacking at the end of this first half and into the start of the second. But we've really well, thank you, really well. Easy game so far. This is probably the toughest we've had, and even this should be quite a comfortable win for us. We're just making it look hard. Come on, Burkholt. There we go, that's the one. And the blonde-haired, dark facial stubble combo is just incredible. It gives me die-hard feels. Yeah, let's play as a central midfielder on support. And I've missed a goal for Augsburg. Oh my goodness, Adam. Got to pay more attention. Got to learn to pause it. So, cross, header, goalkeeper's caught in no man's land. That's the second time we've seen him do that. He's not coming to claim the cross, and neither is he on the line to stop the shot. Oh my goodness, and how's Kari missed that? I was almost celebrating. Well, that is not a good start. But still doing it with Villarreal is pretty impressive, especially in the first season. There is no league table yet. Well, as long as he's onside, that's the perfect start, and yeah, kind of confirms my suspicions that Ashdod are not a particularly difficult club to beat. Yeah, I like that strategy. I've said it before on stream a few times that no player, well, okay, there might be 1 or 2 players who are irreplaceable, but for the most part, if you've got someone who wants to leave, sell them. Get as much as you can for them and reinvest that money in players who you can probably get for cheaper, who will end up being better. Oh, and Gabri Vega's just scored an absolute screamer. I mean, his first one was probably better because it was somewhere out here that he scored it from. But that's beautiful placement. His star rating's not amazing, but when he does things like that, I do wonder if Cho was offside there. So, yeah, it's my first time being back here, and I quite like the fact that I've got a team that is we're predicted third. I've got some money, but it might take me a couple of years to break that Bayern Dortmund stranglehold. And I say Bayern Dortmund, it's Bayern. They've won the league for the last 19 years in this save, so it's all about getting ahead of Bayern Munich. So this FM, I've done an aborted attempt at Stranraer FC. So Stranraer was going to be my online save with my friend. We were going to do Stranraer and Annan, who were the two Scottish teams closest to where we live. And yeah, well, I did a few seasons on a solo one just to suss out the team, and then decided I didn't fancy it anymore. And the other one that I've still got going actually on the side is a Gillingham save, because I am a Gillingham fan, so you've got to do your own team at some point. Yeah, what A-League is kind of modelled after MLS, isn't it? Or have I got that wrong? I don't think there's not a proper pyramid structure like you find in most European leagues. Ew, no. Right, Leipzig. If you want him, there's the line. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have to replace Wahi. That's not good. Right, let's get out and have a look and see who's around. Right, Zvonarek. I probably could have gone cheaper. Oh. Oh, we might be onto something. No, there's no draw, is there? It's just here's your 8 teams. Oh yeah, it's nothing like you beating Man City 7-1 earlier. That was special, and that's not what we were hoping for first up. Where's it all going wrong for us? And it's Thuram again. Well. What a terrible signing he was. Before you press continue, I'm going to help you. Okay. And Thuram has absolutely murdered us there. Well, I think we've got work to do. I wonder if that's in response to us pressing or focusing down that side. What have you ended up with in your draw then? Oh, and Angelo scored. Thank goodness for that. Right, well, that's it's a disappointing way to end the stream, but we are going to end it there, and at least we know we've got plenty to improve on and plenty to look forward to as we try to make amends for that. We've not managed to win a league game yet, so we are a wee bit lower than we'd like to be at this stage, but still tons and tons and tons of time for us to get back up there. Good night, everyone. Join us again on Monday as we continue our adventures in Germany, and enjoy your weekend.